Hey Pisces, how are you doing? Welcome to Sweet Tea Astrology and Tarot. My name is Erica. Why don't you sit a spell so we can talk about the stars? So, when we start off the month of November, which is very soon, the sun will be in Scorpio, and that is your ninth house. The ninth house covers many things. It covers the study of astrology, the study of religion, it's higher education. It is long distance trips and adventures. It is questing. It is your view of the world expanded. It's foreign places, foreign people, foreign things. So that's a beautiful place for the sun to be putting its energy into. Now, if you live in the United States, on November 8th, go vote. Make your voice be heard. Write in a candidate if you don't choose or don't agree with the choices that are on the ballot for you. There are other things that you have to vote for besides a presidential candidate. Now that that's out of the way. On the 9th of November or the 10th, depending on where you live, we have Mars, the planet of energy, impulse, and aggression, moving into Aquarius, which is your 12th house. And the 12th house is the house of secrets. It's the house of secret enemies, of self-undoing. It's the house of secrets that you keep from yourself. It's the house of dreams and repression, limitations, and karma. So that's a pretty dark and nebulous house to really get a feel of. You may be having a hard time sleeping with Mars transiting through your 12th house as well. And the dreams that you do have may be aggressive. They may be aggressive, and it could be aggressive like violence, or it could be aggressive like sexual. So you may enjoy it, or you may be dealing with insomnia. Sorry. On the 11th of November or the 12th, depending on where you live, we have Venus, the planet of love, harmony, and beauty, moving into Capricorn, which is your 11th house. And the 11th house is the house of your friends, your groups and associations, the memberships that you belong to. It also covers your future wishes, goals, and those like bucket list type dreams. On the 12th or the 13th of November, we have Mercury, the planet of movement, thought, and communication, moving into Sagittarius, which is your 10th house. And the 10th house is the house of your career, your status, your reputation. It also covers your destiny and authorities. This could be authority figures, like the authority in their field, or like an authoritative figure in your world, or dealing with the actual authorities. William Shakespeare said, all the world is a stage, and I see the 10th house as that stage that you approach the world on and how the world knows you. So, that's the first part of the month. Now, on the 14th or the 15th, depending on where you live on the planet, we will have a full moon at 22 degrees of Taurus. And the Sabian symbol for 22 degrees of Taurus reads, a jewelry shop filled with valuable gems. And the way that I see this, especially with the astrology that's coming down the line, is that it's illuminating where your gifts and talents are. So, this 22 degree Taurus full moon will be occurring for you in the 3rd house. The 3rd house is the house of communication. Communication is how you speak. It's how others interpret you and how you interpret others. It's also the devices that you get your message out to the world in, and how you get from point A to point B, either by your vehicle or by the route that you take. So the 3rd house, just communication-wise, covers a lot. It also covers your siblings, cousins, and neighbors. So that's a pretty broad area for short-distance journeys, communication, and anything that can fall under that spectrum, and people close to you in status, siblings, cousins or neighbors, people who are close to you in proximity, and you can't look at them like they're above you. They're your equal, if you will. Now, on November the 19th or 20th, depending on where you live, Neptune, the planet of nebulousness, illusion, imagination, and addiction, is going to go direct in Pisces, which is out of the fog, kind of. It's how I see it, anyways. When Neptune goes direct, the fog kind of gets sucked out of the room, and you start to see things a little bit more clearly. It's also a really good time for letting go of things. If you have something that has been bothering you, especially because this is occurring in your first house, Pisces, if you have an addiction that is something that has plagued you, addiction can be anything: food, sex, sleep, shopping, drugs, alcohol, attention, the internet, whatever your addiction is. If it's something that you think is not good for you, then this would be a really good time for you to start trying to let that go. And it may be something that really goes, letting go of whatever it is may go much better for you than you would think that it would, is how I'm trying to say it. I'm having a hard time communicating. So yeah, this will be out of the fog kind of energy. Things start becoming more clear to you, and this is in your first house, and this is your personality, your physical body, and your appearance. So you may also be with Neptune, it's water, so you may need to be looking at your water intake. You may need to be drinking more water, but you also could be like releasing water weight in some way, or your lymphatic system. It's that sort of, it governs those sort of things. Just a little insight, because it's your first house, it's you and your physical body. So on November 21st or 22nd, depending on where you live on the planet, we have the Sun moving into Sagittarius, and that is your 10th house. Once again, the 10th house is that all the world is a stage. As William Shakespeare put it, this is the stage that you approach the world on and how the world knows you. It's your career, it's your status, it's your reputation. Your status could be your the prefix or whatever title that you may have, be it married, be it being a doctor or a lawyer or some sort of expert in your field, if you will. It also covers your reputation. It speaks to your destiny and authorities, dealing with authority figures. So it's a good time to focus on your career or seek the advice of an expert. It's a good time for you to worry about your status. It's a good time for you to pay attention to those synchronicities, because it could be a destiny type thing. On the very same day, we have a really nice blending of energies, if you will. We've got Jupiter and Pluto in Capricorn playing very well together. So Jupiter is currently in your 8th house. The 8th house is dealing with other people's money, which is your spouse's money, or money coming to you that isn't by hourly wage. It's inheritance, it's loans, it's scholarships, it's grants, it's lottery winnings, it's other people's money. It also covers regeneration, transformation, and metamorphosis. It touches on the idea and the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. It also speaks to your instincts, your primal instincts, your basic instincts, your human instincts. So, Jupiter being in the 8th is going to blend very well with the 11th house energy. And the 11th house is your friends, your groups, memberships and associations that you are a part of, that you belong to. It also covers that bucket list energy and your future wishes and your future goals. So you may be dealing with a really nice blending of those two houses between the 8th and the 11th. On the 25th of the month, we have Venus, or 26th, depending on where you live, we have Venus, the planet of love, beauty, and harmony, going into, well, not going into, because that happens earlier in the month, but Venus is conjuncting Pluto in Capricorn in your 11th house. So this is, a conjunction is like an amplifier of the energies present. So Venus being love, beauty, and harmony, it also could speak to resources because we're in Capricorn, and maybe dealing with the bank in some way. If it's not money, then it's love. But this is occurring in your 11th house, so you may be getting information dealing with love or money around your friends, your groups, the memberships and associations that you're a part of. You could be getting money to go towards a bucket list type adventure, which would be pretty cool. The 11th house is it could also be dealing with something on the internet, because that can that touches on 11th house energy as well. I'm just trying to give y'all a heads up as to what could be going on. And on the 29th or the 30th, at the end of the month, we have a new moon at 7 degrees of Sagittarius, and this is occurring in your 10th house. The 10th house is the house of your career. There's a lot of career-focused energy going on, so pay attention to that. If you aren't working, then it's a good time to be putting out your resume so you can find work. It's a good time for you to work on your status. It's a good time for you to consider and reevaluate your reputation. It's a good time for you to seek the help or advice of an authority figure if need be. An authority could be in somebody just like your boss, or it could be the authority in their field, like an expert in some way. So that's what's going on for you astrologically, Pisces. What I'm going to do now is hit the pause, go ahead and grab my cards and shuffle off camera for a minute and meditate. Think about the general messages that I'm going to ask for my Piscean friends for this video. And I will be right back to do my shuffle, and we'll go from there. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, Pisces. I'll be right back. Hey, Pisces, I'm back with the cards. Been shuffling off camera, asking for the general messages for my Pisces viewers. A lot of career stuff, a lot of status, reputation stuff. If you do not have a job and you want one, Mercury moving into Sagittarius on the 12th and 13th, depending on where you live, is a really good time for you to get your resume out. And you may want to do it through the internet, as well as paper, however. I'm going to go ahead and cut. The bottom card for the underlying theme or the overarching energy, and the top three for clarity. Also going to pull you a card from the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck. Show you the box. Most of you who follow me have seen it, but The Sacred Rebels Oracle deck is by Elena Fairchild. The artwork is by Autumn Sky Morrison, and it is my favorite Oracle deck. And so many of you have reached out and told me that you've purchased this yourself, which is beautiful. I love that I could help introduce you to it. That just makes my heart smile. Gonna cut. If you live in America, do not forget to vote November 8th. I'm going to take the top and the bottom oracle card. I'm also going to I don't know why I put these back in the box after I cleared them. That's all of them. I'm going to pull you a Healing and Meditation Oracle card. It's been a while since y'all have seen these, huh? For my Pisces viewers. Gonna cut. I'm gonna take the top and the bottom card. Alright, Pisces, I'm going to hit pause again, do the tarot total, and I will be right back, y'all. Hang tight. Hey, Pisces, let's get right down to it. The underlying theme or the overarching energy for this November reading is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. The Queen of Pentacles is a feminine earth sign energy. The earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. You are dealing with some pretty heavy Capricorn energy going on this month. It could be that you are feeling as though you are needing funds or resources in some way, because the pentacles also represent money or resources. Resources can be anything that you would expend on another living thing or situation, be it energy, time, devotion, love, support. Just a few of the ways that you could look at resources. Another thing that you could also see as a resource would be your health. So the Queen of Pentacles being in reverse, to me, feels like she is in lack of either resources or, well, basically resources. That would cover any of the things that I've brought up. This could be involving your you could be going to a boss and asking for a raise this month, because the holidays are coming up and you need some money for stuff to put under the Christmas tree or something like that. I mentioned that the earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. This can be the sun, moon, or rising sign involved as well. So yeah, you could be feeling like you're kind of in lack, or you could be feeling not 100% in the health department either. And my throat is getting raspier as I speak, so you could be feeling under the weather also, is another way to look at that. Now, the first card in the top three for clarity is a major arcana card. It's the Judgment card. You got it up right. This is the 20th card in the major arcana. 2 plus 0 is 2, and that speaks to the Taurus ruled house of your money, your self-esteem, your earning ability, and your possessions, your values. If you can point at it and say, that's mine, it would probably qualify as a second house. So, the Judgment card is a major arcana, represents the planet Pluto, which is deep transformation and deep renewal. It's like Pluto is that very slow but complete transformational change. I think of coastal erosion when I think of Pluto, because it's a gradual wearing away, but it completely transforms the way the land looks. The symbology of it is the evaluation, or summing up. It's the end of the semester, time to evaluate your grades kind of thing. You also can't ignore the fact that the picture depicted here is the rapture. It may be dealing with someone who may have already passed. I know of some Pisces in my life that are very close to me, that is dealing with loss. So that may be the case. You may be evaluating your self-esteem. You may be evaluating your money. You may be evaluating your earning ability. Once again, with the Queen of Pentacles being in reverse, I feel like the career sector is going to be important to you, and you may be looking for a higher paying job. You may be looking for another job to supplement part-time, seasonal work, that sort of thing. The second card you got is the Nine of Cups card, upright, and this is the wish fulfillment card. Traditionally, that's how most readers look at it. For me, he's fat and sassy and happy about it, has everything that he needs and then some. Is willing to share, but you've got to ask. The cups represent water signs. The water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and you, Pisces. So this could be you or someone close to you. The 9 for me speaks to the 9th house, and we have the sun starting out in Scorpio at the very beginning of the month in your 9th house. The 9th house is covered, it covers philosophy and religion, legal system matters, politics. You may be gloating because your candidate won the presidential election. The 9th house covers foreign places, foreign people, and foreign things, long-distance trips and adventures, questing, higher education. It's your view of the world expanded. So, the 9th house, this could be like looking back emotionally on 9th house matters, or feeling in some way rewarded or validated. Because the cups represent like emotions and things that fill you up and make you, like sustain you and make you feel whole. The things that you care about, the things that you hold close to you. The final card in your top 3 for clarity is another 9. So the 9th house may be very important to you. You may be thinking a lot about the politics of what's going on in the Americas, or in the American election. This is the insomnia card. This is up late. Mars moving into your 9th house. On the 9th, Mars is moving into your 12th house. So this is insomnia. You're probably going to be dealing with insomnia. And it could be because of many different things. Thinking about money, thinking about the loss or the grief that you may be going through as well. Maybe thinking about your job or wanting to change jobs, because the swords are the mind, the mental faculties. It's air signs. The air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Mars is moving into Aquarius on the 9th. This is the 9th card. Air sign, swords, Aquarius. That's pretty indicative right there of some insomnia going on for y'all. Sorry about that. And the way that it's laid out on the table, the swords are pointing towards the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So it's looking like you're going, it's like you're reassessing what's gone on this year with your job, and it's not the way that you've wanted it to be. You need more money, want more money, or need more resources, or you're feeling possibly ill in some way. Yeah. I did the total of these cards. We've got the 20 for Judgment, the 9 for the 9 of Cups, and the 9 for the 9 of Swords. That is 38. 3 plus 8 is 11, and that speaks to your 11th house. We've got Venus moving into Capricorn on the 11th of November in your 11th house. 11, 11, 11. That's pretty strong numerology right there. But for me, the 11 in this particular situation speaks to your 11th house, and that deals with your friends, the groups and memberships and associations that you belong to. It also speaks to your future wishes, goals, and dreams, bucket list type dreams. So that's what's going on in this particular portion of the spread. The second set of cards that I pulled for you was the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck cards. The first card that I'm going to read for you is Beyond the Mind, the Heart Beats. And there's your link to the family if you're still dealing with grief, and I know several Pisces who are. I've had several of you reach out. I know several Pisces personally that are dealing with grief as well. Whenever I look at this card, I think about how you need to get out of your head and follow your heart, follow your gut, follow your intuition. That your intuition is stronger right now than the logical, rational portion of your mind. Meditation will do you well. That you need to get out of your head, but you need to get still and you need to get quiet in meditation so that you can hear what it is that you already know that you need to do. Carve out a portion of your time. Use this Mars in your 12th house, this insomnia time. Use that to strengthen your meditation process. If you don't know how to meditate, find some YouTube videos on it. Meditation is really just a way of calming the mind and calming and centering oneself. And it can prove quite beneficial for you. This is the 21st card of the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck. 2 plus 1 is 3. And that for me speaks to the 3rd house. You're having this full moon at 22 degrees of Taurus in your 3rd house. And that covers short distance trips, siblings, cousins, and neighbors. If I could speak. It also covers communication. And communication can be how you speak, how you interpret others, how others interpret you, how you think, how you communicate. It can cover your communication devices. It can cover your commute, be it through your vehicle or by your route. the way that you go. Going within and doing this meditation process will help you find your gifts, your inner gifts, which you're searching for. That path that you're looking for, going within and meditating will help you find that path. The second Sacred Rebels Oracle deck card that I pulled for you is Visions of Life Beyond Death. I want you to Google what the owl, what the peacock, and what the raven symbology means. It can be spirit animal, it can be spirit totem, however you want to search for it, whatever you're led to search for, Google that. Those messages may be important and hold significance for you. I can't help but also notice the full moon and the third eye as well, seeming to be very open. It's like, it's a cattle, like a cow's skeleton, but I don't see it as that. I don't see this portion down here. I see it as like a crown jewel of a diadem, of a crown in some way, highlighting the third eye. I love peacocks. There's some peacock feathers for y'all. I just absolutely love peacocks. I think they're beautiful, majestic animals. I'm a big fan of the owl as well. I used to wear an owl ring on my finger whenever I debated. I used to, that was my good luck charm. Lost him in the fire, but it is what it is. Whenever I see this card, the Visions of Life Beyond Death, I think that the first thing I think of is grief release. And I think that's even more important because of this very fortunate planetary shift of Neptune going direct in your first house. It gives you the opportunity to release the grief that you feel burdened under. And I know a lot of you are feeling that grief. And the grief doesn't necessarily have to be through loss of a loved one, through death. It can be loss of a relationship, and that can be friendship as well, not necessarily an intimate relationship. There's a lot of hurting hearts right now. I also see this as a card of heightened intuition. I see this as a card of hope and embracing hope and understanding that that everything in this world is attached to a cycle and that we're all going through them. That you need to, you also need to embrace the idea of shifting your perspective. If you are approaching the world subjectively, then you're only going to experience half of what you need to. And Pisces, you're a dualistic sign, so you can appreciate the need for a shift of perspective. And now is a really good time for that in November. The Visions of Life Beyond Death is the 44th card of the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck. And 4 plus 4 is 8. You have Jupiter in the 8th house right now. Wow, yeah. And it's funny how it's just funny. It's synchronistic how I have it lined up, where Visions of Life Beyond Death is right above the Temperance card. You're undergoing a major transformation right now, and it could be initiated through loss. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. But this is something that the majority of you are already dealing with and have dealt with and are continuing to deal with. Jupiter has a year-long transit through the 8th house for y'all. So, the meditation and healing oracle cards that I pulled for you might help. Let's see. The first is movement. Movement can be exercise, it can be dance, it can be just getting up and walking. But getting your body out of the stagnancy, or feeling stagnant. Getting up and moving, changing your body's energy. And it can also be an emotional experience that's very moving for you as well. Neptune, in the first, Neptune can be a lot of tears. But use those tears, use the energy, ride that wave, and use it to release. Come out of the fog and use it to release. The movement card reads, the crucial difference between ordinary exercise and movement meditation is mindfulness. Meditation practice involves mentally scanning your body bit by bit as you move and becoming aware of each part in sequence. A movement meditation can be practiced at any time of the day when you would normally exercise or while you are walking or cycling to work. Consider the following, Pisces. The tensions in my body dissolve with mindful movement. As I move, I can feel the energy flow into all of my bodily extremities. Slow and mindful hand movements help me to pay attention to the movement. That was a mouthful. Rhythmic movements such as dance steps can help boost mental harmony. Consider getting up and moving. Dancing might feel really good for you right now. The second card that you got was positive thinking. Now, the positive thinking card has a giant sunflower on it. Whenever I see the giant sunflower, I think of the Sun card in the major arcana. The Sun card is the 19th card of the major arcana. 1 plus 9 is 10. You're having a lot of 10th house energy dealing with your career, your status, and your reputation. And I think this is the perfect card for that. You need to embrace some positive thinking. The positive thinking card reads, there are all sorts of situations in which positive thinking can be an advantage. During an illness or after an injury, for example, or when you have suffered a trauma or a setback at your work or in your home life. If you're recuperating from a sickness or illness, or recovering from the consequences of an accident or injury, you may be confined to bed while practicing this meditation, but it can be useful in any challenging circumstances. Consider the following. May the bad things that have happened be purged from my thoughts. May I not indulge in resentment, blame, or hurt. May my life be free from destructive patterns, habits, and careless acts. I will focus my attention on creation and renewal. Pretty good advice. Well, Pisces, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you already have, I appreciate it from the bottom of my very grateful heart. Thank you so much for sticking it out with me. I'm sorry about the October end of the month videos. I will have a very special place in my heart for those of you who decided to stick around post Aries full moon freakout, because it was right on top of my Aries sun. So, yeah. Take care, Pisces. I will be back mid-month to pull a few more cards for you if possible, and I will see you in December for sure. So take care of yourselves. please be kind to yourselves and save some of that kindness for others, because we're all going through things that are very sensitive in each of our own very personal lives. See you soon, Pisces. Take care. Bye, y'all.